In Psalms 13, David prayed, and he prayed because he was feeling depressed. He was feeling a lot of depression at the time, and he needed some solution. He needed a way of easing that feeling of depression. So David prayed, and David's prayer turned depression into delight. And I believe that that is a strategy that we can use as well. Instead of complaining about a situation and taking it on and letting it lead to bitterness and despair, instead we need to pray. And when we pray, we take that depression and it leads to intercession, and then intercession to adoration, loving God and thanking Him. And then we end up with delight, knowing that God will solve our problems and that God will help us. You know, I think every day that we need to have this prayer. Lord, help me to be aware of how I present myself to the world and in my household. May my life be a house of wisdom, which provides my children with a place of shelter and security. And in Proverbs, it says that, Proverbs 14, it says that being wise, being a wise woman, building up your house, that you will provide a place of security and you will provide a place of shelter for your children, because now your children will be able to know that you are praying for them and your prayers are covering them and your words of wisdom are edifying them, and they know where to go to get that wisdom through you, because you are willing to listen to wisdom. A practical question you can ask each day is, how do I want to show up today in my household, with my family, in my business, with my thoughts, my will, emotions, intellectual understanding, and showing up with wisdom in every part of who I am, and allowing wisdom to assist me will give me the confidence that I need to make good and sound decisions. Showing up with wisdom in the thoughts that I have and the way that I handle myself and the decisions that I have to make will show up with the reflection of the love of Jesus Christ. And when you reflect Jesus in your actions, you're making sure that it's what Lady Wisdom has to say. How you show up each day matters. How to show up each day in everyday challenges with wisdom is something that we need to become more aware of and to become better at. And why are you not living in awe of the Lord in your house and in the garden of your soul? You know, we need to make sure that we show up with wisdom in the different things that come our way and challenges. And Jesus Christ, when he gives the parable of the sower, he talks about different situations that happen to people. And he speaks about the word being sown on shallow ground, in thorny ground, and then he talks about the good soil. So we want to make sure that we show up each day with wisdom, knowing that God is for us. So why are you living in awe of things around you, afraid and fearful? It's time to live in awe of the Lord, to live in the joy of God, knowing that God will help us and he will help the garden of our souls. He'll help us to flourish no matter what the situation is like, that we can flourish in God. Why? Because we are willing to consult God over the little things in our lives and allow him to help us to make the good and sound decisions that we need to make for everyday living.